Emotions run wild. Talk to somebody, don't keep it inside. 7 times fall, many times rise. Stay to your dreams, many wishes might come to your surprise. Enough time man learn in a life. Man I travel through the valley to the hills. No matter up on the mountains with some tears of dries. Me never gonna be ungrateful. You know see man powerful.
Welcome back again, guys, with another video. From a revised, you don't know, we not televised. You don't know, we are back with a brand new topic today. How have you guys been doing? Today, I'm going to talk about 8 laws of health. And these 8 laws of health divided into 8 different steps. There we have nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, trust. All in order, it all come under to one word: having a new start. If you notice, in the ancient days, when the Lord brought Israel out of their Egyptian bondage, before taking them into the land of promise, He established them as a peculiar nation belonging to Himself. At that time, because they were to be holy people, He gave them a series of laws governing not only their diet, but rules for their good sanitation and social conduct. After having spelled out these rules to them, He gave His word that if they would adhere to the principles that He had given them and do all of His requirements, they would experience none of these diseases that He had brought upon the Egyptians. But this promise was given on conditions of obedience. Had the Israelites obeyed these laws, profiting by the advantage that were theirs, they would have been an object lesson of health and prosperity to this world. At that time that God established Israel in Canaan, the Palestine was the pivot of known world. By having God guiding them, He intended that His people should influence all nations for good. So the Israelites, however, counted as of little value their high calling in the place of having God as their ruler and king, to be like all nations. In following their kings, they not only became like the other nations, but they became even worse than the heathen. As Israelites frustrated God's purpose for them in the land where He had placed them, He fulfilled His purpose to enlighten the nation by scattering them among those nations. As the Israel had lost their power to command to the attention of all the nations, that the nations might consider God and His ideal for and goodness to the children of all men. God now used them to enlighten those who had acquired the power to command the attention of the nations of the world. This is the whole philosophy of the captivity of Judah, of the position of Daniel in the court of Babylon. Though Israel as a whole failed of receiving the blessings that might have been theirs, Daniel is an example of the result of the true plan of living. A similar faithfulness to the divine plan today will result in the similar results. To us is written, "But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, His own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of Him who called you out of the darkness into His marvelous light." Our Creator has arranged the living machinery of our bodies, and He has pledged Himself to keep this machinery in healthful action. If we will obey His laws and cooperate with Him, every law governing the human machinery is to be considered as truly divine as is the word of God. Every careless abuse of our bodies by disregard of his specified laws is a violation of God's law. Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who is in with you? As I was explaining to you, a strong body is a strong mind, and your body is a temple, which is a vehicle carrying the Spirit, so you have to take care of it. Continue. Whom you have from God, and you are not your own. If anyone defiles the temple of God, God will destroy him. Lord, forgive me, because I do many things in my life and I regret. For the temple of God is holy, which the temple you are, and you could find this in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9 and also chapter 3 verse 17. To connect to disease, the untimely death, and running back through time are the causative factors of wrongdoing. Just like going to the spiritual people, yeah man, there can be no prevention of disease without first dealing with the cause. Whenever sin exists, it works itself out finally in the sickness and death. The wages of sin is death. If you didn't know, you could find it inside of the Bible as well. The good book suggests it. When those who were sick came to Christ, he saw not only the one who was asking for help, but all who throughout the ages would desire to come to him for that healing. When he said to the paralytic, "Son, be of good cheer, your sins are forgiven." See Matthew chapter 9 verse 2. He was laying down a principle of health, not only for the benefit of the paralytic before him, but for those who would live after him. There is health in obedience to the God's law. His word says, "Do not forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and long life and peace they will add it to you. For they are life to those who find them, and health to all their flesh." Proverbs chapter 3 verse 1 and 2 suggest that as well. Health is not only a gift, but an achievement gained and maintained by an intelligent obedience to the laws of life which God has placed within the reach of us all. So my people, if you disobey these laws, you could actually find yourself having all these diseases that you didn't know. All the 8 laws of health is necessary: nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, no to temperance, air, rest, and trust. And remember, I told you this is all about a new start. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to run through all of these one by one to you. First, here we have nutrition. Yes, nutrition. We are supposed to have a proper diet. Yeah, my peeps, just a small promotion for the Blueberry SDA Church. It will be a fish fry there held in Bella Hall on the 22nd of November. I want you guys to please roll out and support. It will be a very, very great venue. Yeah, we will be having their fish, and you could see you have the chicken as well, rice and peas, festival and bami. So I want you guys to come out and support this, please. It's my church and I have to do what's right. I have to do my best. I don't want to sound controversial, but it's over $30,000 for a bottle of Hennessy, so it's only $1,400. at most you could get this ticket for. If you want fish, you could order anything you want. Yeah, just roll out and support the church. God will bless you even more. So please make it a date and don't be late. Remember, 22nd of November. Roll out, guys. Yes, we were speaking on how to have a proper diet. First, you know that in the 8 laws of health, we have first here nutrition, and by having nutrition, you're supposed to have there a proper diet. And proper diet in the story of Daniel suggests that proper diet and God's blessing are closely linked. Brought to the court of King of Babylon, Daniel and his 3 companions were to be favored with the best food and drink that could be obtained in Babylon, food from the king's table. Daniel, however, purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's delicacies, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requests of the chief of the eunuchs that he might not be defiled himself. Daniel chapter 1 verse 8 suggests that approaching the steward in whose charge they had been placed, Daniel proposed a simple diet. Please test your servant for 10 days and let them give us vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then let our appearance be examined before you, and the appearance of the young men who eat the portion of the king's delicacies, and as you see fit. And as you see fit, so deal with your servants. The steward consented to a 10-day trial period. And at the end of 10 days, their features appeared better and fatter in the flesh than all young men who ate the portion of the king's delicacies. This condition was not the result of a miracle, but of God's blessing in following the divine plan. In choosing the food that we eat, we need to become educated as to the best foods of our bodies and shun those things that we know to be harmful or injurious. So guys, you know, here we're speaking about having a proper balance in diet. We're not supposed to overeat all these red meats. The best food that we're supposed to eat is vegetables, avocados, we have lettuce, we have pak choys, callaloo. I'm not saying you're going to eat that right through the month, you know. You're supposed to eat red meat in once a blue moon. Do you know that even the chicken, the white chicken as well, could give you cancer if you consume too much of it right through the air? Even the, you know what I'm saying, the fast food places. If you have too much of these things inside of your body, you're not going to properly function. So the second 8 laws of health we have here is exercise. Is a must, my friend. You have to exercise. All those calories, burn off those fats. Oh my God, it's a must. Here it suggests that exercise is not only helpful in preparing the body to enjoy a good night's rest, but it helps freshen the mind, giving it the ability to think more clearly in a time when life is full of pressures and most employment is more mental than physical. It is especially important that we make time for exercise. Exercise has the added benefit of increasing our body's endurance, leaving us less subject to fatigue and important benefits of exercise, especially for older women and men, is its tendency to improve calcium metabolism, that metabolism in the bones, increasing the bone density and make it less liable to fractures. That means whenever you have these exercising going on taking place inside of your body, it strengthens your bones, your mind as well, and it could also give you the night rest that you need. Some of the time we lazy all up in the day watching TV on our phone, so by the time we supposed to go to our bed, we are spinning, we are turning, we are confused, we cannot have a good night rest. Sometimes we are wondering if it's demons tormenting us, but it's because we are not exercising enough. Third on the go, we have water. And if you know, water takes up at least over 80% of our body, so we have to always keep hydrated. And by chance, there's a lot of people doesn't like water. They rather put a little bit of sugar or a little bit of coloring inside of it, even flavor water. Do you notice that they come in nowadays with flavor water? The fresh crystal water, which is pure, is good for your body. So water is one of our greatest blessing. It's not only supplies the needs of the system, but it assists nature in resisting disease. The eternal application of water is one of the most effective and easiest ways to regulate the circulation of the blood. A warm bath opens the pores and thus aids in the elimination of impurities and is an excellent way to soothe the nerves. A cold bath or shower is an excellent tonic, so it's very good for your body, increasing the body's resistance, especially to colds. About 6 to 8 glasses of water a day are needed to properly meet the body's needs under normal circumstances. Heavy exercise or being exposed to warm temperatures can, of course, increase the need. Common constipation, some backaches, and headaches can all be relieved by drinking enough water at the regular times. If we utilize the remedies that God has provided us in the nature, combining them with a trust in divine power, God's blessing will be evident in an improved physical, mental, and spiritual condition. So by drinking water, my friend, will always keep you hydrated. You keep your blood flow and your temperature on a level. Some of the time you don't have to even move to see your body sweating. It's because you're not drinking enough water. So fourthly, we have here is sunlight. Sunlight, all life requires sunlight. Even creatures that live so deep in the ocean, they never see the sunlight, depend for food, and those that do receive sunlight. Most of the energy on the earth comes from sunlight. The sun provides energy for plant photosynthesis, which is the transformation of the elements into plant growth. Just as the sun provides the heat and energy for plant growth, it also gives life and health to our bodies. While an excessive amount can be unhelpful to the skin, in moderate amounts it not only helps the body to produce vitamin D, but helps to increase our resistance to infections. That means it won't make our body rotten nor smell. Yes, every person, young and old, should have some sunlight on a daily basis. It will not only improve many body functions, include digestion, but it added vigor to our life. So it's very good there for you to take in sunlight. Fifth we have here is temperance. Temperance, yes, leaving out of our diet those things which are potentially unhelpful is a good start, but it is not the whole sum of our responsibility. Intemperate eating is often the cause of sickness. In many cases of illness, the very best remedy would be to miss a meal or two, so that the overworked organs of digestion might have an opportunity to rest. That's why sometimes I only have 1 meal a day, like a prisoner. That's how I treat my body. I don't overeat in eating. Even sometimes when I go by my grandmother's or my mother, I'm scared to go there. They overpopulate my plate with food, give me a lot of food, spoiling me, bro. I'm a very spoiled kid. So a fruit diet for a few days has often brought relief, especially to those whose work requires more mental than physical activity. While our dietary habits have a direct bearing on our physical well-being, they also have spiritual implications. The Apostle Paul linked the Christian life to the athletic games of his day. He said, "Everyone who competes for the prize is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a perishable crown, but we for an imperishable crown." You could also find it there in 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 25. The 8 laws of health is air. Fresh air. Inhale, exhale. One of the greatest healers that nature provides is air. In order to have good blood, we must breathe well. Full, deep inspiration of pure air, which fill the lungs with oxygen, purify the blood. They impart it a bright color and send it a living, giving current to every part of the body. A good respiration soothes the nerve. It stimulates the appetite and renders digestion more perfect, and it induces sound, refreshing sleep. And also you could read the Ministry of Healing. I have this edition book. I'm gonna somewhat show you what it looked like. This book is written by E.G. White. It's a very good book. As you could see, it only costs $9.95. You could get it there on Amazon. You could get it there on an audiobook like Amazon Kindle. The 7 of the 8 laws of health we have here is rest. Rest, my friend, is a must. After they returned from their first missionary journey, Jesus said to the 12 disciples, "Come aside by yourselves to a desert place and rest a while." Mark chapter 6 verse 31 suggests it's not wise to always be under the strain of work and excitement. Even in productive and worthwhile employment, intemperance in working depletes the body's vital reserves. Rest does not always mean a complete end of activity. It can come from a change of pace, from active physical work to quiet enjoyment, from a desk job to vigorous exercise in the fresh air. The body was designed for activity, and excessive sleep or rest can be harmful. As a rule, men over 50 who sleep more than 9 hours a night double their chances of death from cardiovascular causes. One way to relax is to exercise. So all these 8 laws of wealth combined together is a must. 8th and last, we have trust. We are supposed to trust in the divine power, and when it is happy and at peace, the brain produces and secretes hormones into the system that invigorate and strengthen every cell of the body. True joy and peace come from a knowledge of God and trust in Him. Many ask God for health, expecting Him to keep them from sickness with no particular effort on their path. But God will not work a miracle to keep us from sickness if we have no care for ourselves and are living in violation of the laws of the health. When, however, we do all that we can on our path to have health, then we may have confidence that God will cooperate with us in keeping our bodies in health, and we can experience the health imparting peace that just beings. So guys, I want you to know that by just trusting in the good divine power, everything will work out well. God is not going to put us here on earth like we are some robotic beings. We have to choose whether you want to be obedient or disobedient. Follow these 8 laws of health and I guarantee you that everything will be going perfect inside of your life. We know we are not made of perfectionism, but somehow we could prevent all these things from happening to us. It was nice sharing to you something good today, so please, dear, have a good day. Bye.
One day, things it have to change forever. Me never gonna be ungrateful. You know, see man powerful. Me never gonna sell my soul just to walk on peace.